Hello, you're welcome to today's lesson, and today I'm going to treat bearings. I've treated bearings before, but today I'm starting from the scratch. So, in bearing, we'll always remember the four cardinal points. And that is, we have north, east, west, and south. So we can say that this is 0, 0. This is 90 degrees. That is this place. This is 180, and this is 270. So in bearing, we always go clockwise. That is from the north to the right. So that is the direction. Now, we'll solve some examples to show how to locate points under bearing from A to B, from B to A, and so on and so forth. Let's see some examples. Assuming we are given this, that's number one. We have this. So this is 110 degrees. Let this be our A, and this is B. Okay. So for us to find the bearing of B from A, you start from the north to the line joining B, and that is this. So the bearing of B from A is equal to 110 degrees. Now, for us to check the bearing of A from B, we have to start from B to check. Remember, this is a straight line. That means we have to check from here, starting from the north, then to the line joining this. But we know that if you have two parallel lines and there's a line crossing, this is parallel to this, and that means the angle here must be equal to this. That is alternate angles. So in the same way, since this is 110, this is also 110 degrees. And that means you can say that the bearing of A from B is equal to 110 degrees plus 180 degrees, because the whole of this is 180 to this line. Angles on a straight line is 180. So when you add, it will give us 290. 290, that is 180, 110, 092. That's 290 degrees. So that is about that. Then we pick another example. Now, assuming we have another example like this, let us have this, and then we have maybe something of this nature. Then you have this. Let's call this A and this B. Then, assuming we are given this to be maybe 82 degrees, for instance, we want to find the bearing of A from B as well as B from A. So we continue. The bearing of B from A is equal to 82 degrees. That is from the north to the line joining B. Take note, this is north, This is another knot. And also, please remember, bearing is always represented by three figures. For instance, if I have 20 degrees, for instance, it can also be expressed as 020 degrees. 40 degrees can be expressed as 040 degrees, and so on. So coming back, the bearing of A from B should be equal to, use the same method we used in number 1. This is a straight line, then this is 180, but it will join the line from A. So the bearing of A from B is now 180 plus 82, because this is alternate to this. So alternate angles, I said earlier, are equal. So the bearing of A from B, you measure from B, and that is 180 degrees plus 82 degrees. If you add 180 plus 82, that will give us 262. That's 262 degrees. So we have succeeded in getting bearing of B from A as well as bearing of A from B. So we go further by picking another example. So let's move on. Coming back here, pick another example. Assuming we have a question like this, we have this. This is a knot, and then we have this, and maybe this. Then we have, this is 100, this is 80, this is 30, and we know this to be B, this one C, this one D, and then what we have here, the point here is A. So we have to find the bearing of each point from A, and to do that we have to check from A. But remember, we don't know this angle, the particular angle that is here, but we can calculate that. So let us assume that the whole of this angle, let us take it to be Y. So we know that angles at a point is 360. So in continuation, we add everything and equate it to 360. So that is 100 plus 80 plus 30 plus Y is equal to 360 degrees. So to move on, we add and collect like terms. So that will give us 180, 210 plus Y is equal to 360 degrees. Then for us to get what we're looking for, we have Y, therefore Y is equal to 360 degrees minus 210 degrees, and that will give us 150 degrees. So we have succeeded in getting the value of Y. Now we continue by finding the bearing of each of them from point A. So, and in that case, we now start the bearing of B from A. That is the bearing of this from this. You start from the north to the line joining B, and that is 80 degrees, which you can express as 080 degrees. Okay? Then the bearing of C from A. Bearing of C from A is from the north here to the line joining C. That means we have 80 degrees plus 30 degrees. Okay. Then the next one is for us to find the bearing of D from A. Bearing of D from A. So that will be the bearing of D from A should be, you start from this, you always start from the north, continue until you get to the line joining D. And that means we are talking of 100 degrees plus 8, sorry, we are talking of 80. You start from 80, that is from this north to the line joining D. And that's 80 plus 30 plus 150. That is this plus this plus this. Remember that our y is 150. So that will give us 110 plus 150 degrees. And if you add it, 150 degrees, 110 degrees, that will be 062. And that is 260 degrees. So that's the answer to that. So we have succeeded in getting bearing of B from A, bearing of C from A, and bearing of D from A. In that of D, we can also solve it in another way by subtracting this 100, because if you start from here to here, since this is 100, you can just subtract 100 from 360, you get 260, which is the value. So let's move on. Let's pick one or two more examples. So we continue. Let's see how we can solve this. Assuming we are given something like this also. We have this. We have this. We have this. This is not. And then this is A, B. Let's take this to be 78 degrees or 078 degrees. And we want to find the bearing of A from B or B from A. We follow the same pattern, and that is bearing of B from A is equal to 078 degrees. That is from here to here. But that of A from B, you have to show this because this is a straight line. Okay, so the whole of this is 180, and this one is alternate to this. So which means this is also 078 degrees. Bearing of A from A from B should be equal to, you add this 180 plus 78 because it goes round to this, And that means we are talking of 180 plus 78 degrees. You add that 180, 78, this is 8, this is 258, 258 degrees. So that is about that. I will stop here for today. So the next lesson, I will now show you how to calculate, how to solve questions involving bearings, where somebody may leave a particular point to another point, and so on. So please like, share, comment, and subscribe. If there's any question, you put it in the chat section so that I will see it and find solution in my next video. Thank you.